evening. This is Family Life Update and I'm Maricel Badilla.
I'm Bianca Helido and here are this week's top news on family and life.
In the Philippines, a second major rally versus the pork barrel is set on September 11th. Amid criticism that the Aquino administration was giving special treatment to suspected pork barrel scam mastermind Janet Napoles, more groups and individuals pledged support for another mass action to demonstrate their anger at how the government is supposedly misusing taxpayers' money. This time, the protest rally, dubbed EDSA Tayo, will be held on September 11 at the EDSA Shrine, site of the two people power uprisings that resulted in the ouster of two Philippine presidents. The prayer vigil begins at 11 a.m. and the program will end by 4 p.m. to avoid the late afternoon rush hour.
Like the million people march at the Luneta last August 26, the EDSA Tayo protest is being organized by small groups and people linked only by social media like Facebook and Twitter. The group organizing EDSA Tayo said they share the same goals as the organizers of the Million People March last month. They also said the event has no political color and is meant solely to press for the complete abolition of the pork barrel system.
Meanwhile, the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines last week expressed support for the September 11th rally. CBCP President Cebu Archbishop Jose Palma said the CBCP is supportive of the mobilization of lay people and various groups who are calling for the total abolition of the pork barrel and the pork barrel of President Aquino himself. Archbishop Palma reiterated his stand that the Priority Development Assistance Fund, PDAF, or pork barrel of legislators is the root of greed and corruption in the country. He also noted that pork barrel is only being utilized to propagate political patronage. I mean, we were at the rally.
Yeah.
You can see our picture being flashed on
You see our selfie there.
Yeah, our selfie. I mean, people say they're just a couple of thousand, but I think there were like tens of thousands, maybe
and it
hundreds
was full.
of thousands.
Did you see that aerial shot of the grandstand? And I think the whole grass area was filled with people.
I guess the main point is people are angry. They want to know where their money is going. This pork barrel, we all know, I mean, it's an open secret that politicians get a certain percentage and down the line people get percentages. People want their money to go to the people. It's a government money, they should be serving the government.
And I think it's about time that we, as citizens of the country, we be heard.
Yeah,
speak up.
Exactly.
Because this has been happening for years, centuries,
decades.
The culture of corruption has been there for so long.
And let's not even talk about the Malampaya gas funds. Even if I have a research, but next time
we will cover that in the next
in future episodes. But abolish all part, not just the PDAF of Congress, but the presidential.
I think the PDAF is like their pressure. In Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah.
Remember Schmiegel? Yeah, that's their precious. Whenever they see that, they get so greedy and not themselves. So anyway, hopefully it will be abolished.
Listen to the people. If you want to keep your jobs, listen to the people.
Okay, in other news, CBCP saddened and disturbed by celebrity sex scandals. Alleged involvement of local celebrities in sex videos has greatly saddened and disturbed an official of the CBCP. Father Melvin Castro, the Executive Secretary of the CBCP Episcopal Commission on Family and Life, said the sex videos allegedly involving local celebrities is very saddening and disturbing, especially since those in the entertainment industry are being looked up to by the youth. The CBCP official also reminded local celebrities on the sanctity of marriage and physical intimacy.
Excuse me po. Early last week, an intimate video allegedly involving two talents of a popular noontime show was uploaded on the video sharing site YouTube.
And I watched it. I saw it, and there are a million and a half views on it.
I did watch it.
And it was only like a day.
Honey, I did watch it.
I didn't watch it.
And recently before that, a sex video featuring a famed vocalist and his longtime girlfriend was also leaked on the same site. I mean, it's nothing new. People always see sex videos, but why should
it's
they
disturbing.
Why do they do that?
Yeah, it's disturbing. But I want to reiterate what Father Melvin said, that the entertainment industry the youth look up to them.
Yeah.
So it's their responsibility to be good examples. And not only about sex videos, but about how they carry themselves every day.
Just like with great power comes great responsibility. With great fame, you have to be responsible with what you have as well. And to our third news story for today, 38 Latin American nations signed document urging radical support for abortion and homosexuality. Representatives of 38 Latin America and Caribbean countries have signed on a document that includes language urging the region to ensure, quote, the availability of safe, good quality abortion services for women with unwanted and unaccepted pregnancies. The document, titled the Montevideo Consensus, calls on governments that ban abortion to consider amending their laws relating to the voluntary termination of pregnancy in order to protect the lives and health of women and adolescent girls. Chile, however, where abortion is illegal without exception, holds the lowest maternal mortality rate in Latin America, a fact that was not mentioned in the consensus.
The representatives met last month in Montevideo, the Uruguayan capital, with the stated purpose of examining the progress of the UN Cairo Conference on Population and Development held in 1994. The document also declares that countries should, quote, guarantee universal access to assisted fertility treatments and the access to a wide range of culturally relevant, scientifically sound, modern contraceptive methods, including emergency oral contraception. Ensuring the effective implementation from early childhood of comprehensive sexuality education programs is also among the agreements the participants reached.
The meeting was organized by the Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean and the Uruguayan government with support from the UN Population Fund. The document also contains language that could be used to force homosexual or same-sex marriage on the signatories, claiming that it is necessary to promote policies that enable persons to exercise the right to take free, informed, voluntary, and responsible decisions on their sexuality, sexual orientation, and gender identity without coercion, discrimination, or violence. Wow, this is getting intense. I mean,
so
the whole world.
This is like the dictatorship of you have to
do this or else you get sanctioned. And then they don't even mention that Chile has the lowest maternal rate, which is the reason they're using to push abortion. I mean, look at the realities that, if you ban abortion and you take care of the mothers and you give good health care,
you may face trial for not following.
It's crazy. I mean, and it's coming this way as well. It's crossing the ocean. It's coming this way.
Yeah, as we were reading the news article, all those are in the RH.
Yeah, exactly.
RH law. I mean, yeah.
So Supreme Court, do your job as well. And now for our featured topic this week, we bring you Maricel Badilla.
Hi, good evening friends. This is Maricel Badilla and tonight I bring you the second part of our crash course on Yaya Management, or what we call Yaya 102. Last month when we covered Yaya 101, we talked about how it is to look for a good Yaya. This time, we are going to give you suggestions on how to keep a reliable Yaya. Here are a few pointers. First pointer is we have to be able to pay her accordingly. Okay, we should be able to set a specific amount that the Yaya knows that this is the amount that she'll be getting. If there are a few more incentives like toiletries or her day offs will be more than what is prescribed by law, then you should be able to discuss it with her at the onset of her employment. We should be clear about our work expectations as to the scope of work that she will be doing at home and the work hours. Like, we also need to be considerate if we are going to ask them to work until 10 or 11 in the evening. Let's not expect them to be up by 5 because we ourselves will have difficulty doing the same thing. So we also discuss with the Yaya provisions for food, meaning are they allowed to eat whatever is on the table or do we prepare a separate meal for them? Or are they supposed to just eat the leftovers, or can they eat before we do? It's some things like this, and you will be able to set this as the employer. Also, let's be reminded that we pay not only for a set of hands, but rather we pay for an entire person. And when we do this, we also have to think of the fact that this person will give us peace of mind when we are out of the house. So does this mean that we should only be abiding by the rules of the law, which says that we should pay our kasambahay at 2.5? Or is your peace of mind worth more? So if you think that your yaya is worth more because they're accomplishing more in the house and giving you more peace of mind, allowing you to work more outside the house, then by all means, please share your blessings with your yaya. Let's also be able to treat our yayas with kindness and be concerned with their welfare. Meaning if we see that our yaya is getting tired already, or our son or our daughter is really extremely being difficult today or the day before, then let's give her a time off for a little bit. I know of some friends whose yayas really don't go on day offs. They would give money so that they can watch a movie. If they don't want to spend time away from the house because it's going to be very expensive, then when they go to the mall, they say, okay, Yaya, here's money. I already bought you a ticket so you can watch a movie. Another tip is communicating with our nanny on existing house rules. What is acceptable to us? What is the acceptable behavior which you can tolerate in the house? Like for example, rules on privacy and disciplining our children. I am very particular about our privacy, so as much as possible, I tell the yaya not to go inside our room when we're all there, on the matrimonial room, or even to the point of lying on our matrimonial bed. To me, that bed is sacred, so I already communicate those things to her even before she starts putting my baby to sleep. In the same manner, disciplining our children. Some of us wouldn't want our yayas to spank our kids, neither do I. So we should be able to tell them, or even to just raise their voice on our children. So let's be clear of these expectations and be able to express this clearly to our yayas. Let's be patient. Sometimes it doesn't take just one reminder, but constant reminders to our yayas regarding our house rules. And of course, I'd also like to share with you some tips on how you will be able to detect if your yaya is doing a good job, meaning are your kids safe with your yaya. First indicator is that your kids are comfortable to be left with the yaya. Of course, our children would have us as their companions of first choice. But other than this, if we are to leave the house, they will not really cry unreasonably because we are leaving, but rather would be happy to be left at the care of the yaya. Also, there are times that you already know when the yaya is lying. So truthfulness from our yayas is something that we should be able to see and find. Like, do we know that the yaya has already given the vitamins to the kids? Of course, we do not measure the medicine bottle. So it's her word that she has already given medicines to our kids. Or if our son or our daughter got hit in school or has a lump in her head, then the yaya can tell us how it happened, instead of lying and hiding the wrong things that have happened in the house. Another tip that I'd like to share with you is proper hygiene. Let us be observant of how our yaya takes care of herself, because the way that she will take care of herself will also be the way that she will take care of our kids. Is she able to practice good hygiene with her body? And this will also reflect on how our kids will adopt to practicing proper hygiene. Lastly is, do our yayas follow instructions? If they do, then we've found the perfect yaya. Well, of course, we can always demand more or want more from our yayas, but they're yayas because they cannot work, or they're not as intelligent as us to work in an office. So let's be very considerate of their small mistakes. What I do, which I can suggest to you as well, is I do surprise visits at home. Okay, my yaya doesn't know or expect me at a certain hour, but if I have a bit of free time, I drop by the house to just check on how the kids are doing. This way, the yaya is always on her toes. She cannot be forever watching her telenovelas. I also asked some older kids, like I have a nearby, we're in a compound and our older cousins live nearby. So I asked them to pop in once in a while in the house to just see how my son is doing and to report what the kids, what they are up to. Some to the extent of establishing or putting up a CCTV camera. So it's really up to you. But in all this, after 4 years of taking care of a little boy, my lesson in life, as far as parenting is concerned, is we are the best caretakers of our children. So if possible, for us to sacrifice a little bit of our time and that second income, forgo that second income, or look at ways by which we can have businesses or work jobs that will entail us to work from home, then it's the best setup. Taking care of our kids until they are able to take care of themselves would be the best alternative. It wouldn't be long because after a while you wouldn't realize it, but they're grown-ups and they don't need us. Remember, our children is God's gift to us and they deserve only the best. This is Maricel Badilla for Family and Life Update. Now I bring you over back to Javi and Bianca.
Thank you, Sel.
So how long have you had your nanny?
Jing has been with us since Camila was born, so about 4 years. But she's been with the family, with my husband's family, for 7 years before that.
We've had one ever since Des and I got married, so 7 years, yeah. Just have to treat them with respect, and you know they love us. They love
and
our children.
communication also, like just in any relationship, it's important to talk to each other and give your opinion.
Remember, they're people too. That's it this week, our 12th episode. Thank you.
Yay.
One season.
Yeah.
We made it. Thank you. Just
bring out the bubbly.
comment below. Wish us luck for the next few episodes. A lot of changes, new set, new things, more explosive commentary. Watch out
and guests.
for and guests
already. Yeah.
Because I'm sure you're nagsasawa na sa amin. You're getting
sick of us.
Okay. Read more about the stories we mentioned at familylifeupdate.com. We are on Facebook as well. Just search for Family Life Update. And on Twitter, it's @officialfamily.
Thanks for watching. Share the word about us. Family and Life Update. Don't forget to subscribe to our FLiQ Media channel here on YouTube. Family and Life Update, presenting news for today's family, making a stand in today's life issues.
And for our quote this week from St. Paul in his letter to the Ephesians, "For this reason a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh." Good night, God bless you and your families.